The first time I saw photos of Socotra Island, I thought they were photoshopped. Trees that look like mushrooms from a fairy tale? Beaches without a single resort? Crystal blue waters without crowds? It couldn't be real, but after spending 2 weeks documenting every corner of this remote Yemeni island, I can confirm it exists, though getting there requires determination and careful planning. Between ancient dragon blood trees and secluded limestone caves, Socotra feels like stepping onto another planet entirely. Today, I'm sharing my travel journey to Socotra and the 9 unforgettable experiences that make the challenging journey worthwhile. When I first decided to visit Socotra, I thought booking would be straightforward. I searched online and couldn't find any way to book a flight to Socotra. I quickly discovered why. There are no commercial flights to this Yemeni island, just a weekly humanitarian flight from Abu Dhabi that doesn't appear on any booking site. Finding a tour operator who can secure your spot is essential, and even then, availability remains severely limited. The journey feels like something from a spy movie. The eerie calm of a 3 a.m. Abu Dhabi terminal, juxtaposed with the frantic search for an unmarked counter, set the scene for an unconventional journey. Airport staff themselves struggled to direct me. The flight departed at dawn, packed with aid workers and the occasional adventurous tourist. The administrative process requires persistence. Your tour operator handles visa arrangements, but expect extensive paperwork before departure. For my first experience, nothing could have prepared me for what awaited on Dixam Plateau. The moment I turned the corner and saw hundreds of dragon blood trees stretching across the landscape, I literally stopped in my tracks. These rare trees are living fossils that exist nowhere else on Earth. With their umbrella-shaped crowns spreading against the sky, they create the otherworldly landscape, earning Socotra its nickname as the most alien place on Earth. The trees release a striking red resin when cut, filling the air with a subtle earthy scent. Many of these silent witnesses have stood for 700 to 1,000 years. Walking among them at sunrise, I watched the golden light create dramatic shadows beneath their unique forms. My next adventure took me deep underground, where the island reveals a different kind of ancient history. Did you know there's a place on Socotra where you can still see messages written by sailors who visited this remote island almost 2 millennia ago? When my guide mentioned Hoq Cave, he dismissed it as a small hike. 2 grueling hours later, climbing steep limestone mountains in the northeastern part, I questioned everything. Completely soaked in sweat, I finally reached the cave entrance. Was it worth it? Absolutely. Hoq Cave extends 2.5 kilometers into the mountain, revealing spectacular chambers with each step forward. Our headlamps illuminated stunning formations, stalactites and stalagmites that scientists study to track the island's climate history. The ancient inscriptions proved most fascinating. Dating back to the 1st century AD, these markings in Indian Brahmi, South Arabian, Ethiopian, and Greek tell the story of sailors who found this remote island. After days of exploring rugged terrain, I was ready for something different. My guide promised Qalansiyah Beach would be worth the journey. The 2-hour drive along bumpy dirt roads tested my patience. But the moment we crested that hill, my breath caught in my throat. Before me stretched a perfect crescent of blindingly white sand, meeting water so impossibly blue it seemed digitally enhanced, yet completely natural. Qalansiyah village, despite being Socotra's 2nd largest settlement, houses just a few hundred residents. Traditional wooden fishing boats lined one end of the beach, while weathered fishermen mended nets with calloused hands. The rhythmic sound of waves mingled with their melodic calls, highlighting the community's ancient connection to the sea. I spent hours swimming in crystal clear waters where spinner dolphins performed acrobatic displays offshore. Local fishermen approached with sun-weathered faces and warm smiles, curious about my journey to their remote, timeless paradise. The fishermen who'd welcomed me at Qalansiyah weren't exaggerating when they told me about the underwater gardens. As I waded into the waters of Dihamri Marine Protected Area, snorkel mask in hand, my heart raced with anticipation. This site has been protected since 2000, making it Socotra's first marine sanctuary. And the results are miraculous, showcasing why conservation efforts remain vital to the island's ecological health. Beneath the surface, a mix of colors greeted me. I hovered above vibrant coral formations pulsing with life. These corals displayed healthy, vivid hues, a testament to their pristine condition, unlike reefs in heavily touristed areas. The extraordinary visibility extended beyond 30 meters in all directions. Brilliantly colored parrotfish gnawed at coral, while majestic lionfish drifted with their venomous spines extended. When a small reef shark patrolled in the distance, I felt witness to an ecosystem in perfect balance. Next, I turned my attention inland where an even stranger collection of life forms awaited. The Homhil protected area sits about 1,500 feet above sea level, creating a unique microclimate that nurtures plants found nowhere else on Earth. This isolated sanctuary preserves flora that evolved in splendid isolation, creating a landscape reminiscent of Salvador Dali's SURREAL paintings. This is where evolution took extraordinary paths, my guide explained as we hiked up rocky trails. The desert rose stopped me in my tracks with its massive, bulbous trunk storing water like a natural reservoir. Pink flowers bloomed from its twisted top, creating a striking contrast against the arid landscape. Nearby stood the bottle tree with its cartoonishly large trunk. Both species developed different water storage strategies, evolutionary adaptations perfected over millions of years on this isolated island ecosystem. My guide insisted we visit Detwah Lagoon at dawn. The birds will be worth waking up for, he promised with a knowing smile. Arriving as the first light brushed the horizon, I witnessed nature's daily transformation. The massive lagoon near Qalansiyah, separated from the ocean by sweeping sand dunes, was changing with the receding tide. Like an artist unveiling a masterpiece, the waters pulled back to reveal a patchwork of sandbars and shallow pools, while the cool morning air carried the gentle sounds of awakening wildlife. The landscape pulsed with bird life. Elegant flamingos waded through the shallows, their pink plumage catching the golden sunrise, while patient herons stood motionless before striking with lightning precision at tiny fish. I learned that Socotra sits at a critical crossroad between continents, making it a perfect refueling station for birds journeying between Africa and Asia. The island hosts 11 species found absolutely nowhere else on the planet. Today we'll see the whole island, my guide announced as we began our ascent to the Dixam Plateau. I chuckled at what seemed like typical tour guide enthusiasm until I found myself standing nearly 900 meters above sea level, with Socotra unfurling beneath me like a living map. The journey there was an adventure itself. Our 4x4 navigated narrow dirt roads with heart-stopping drops and zero guardrails. Each hairpin turn revealed another breathtaking view, leaving me torn between reaching for my camera and gripping my seat. Upon reaching the summit, a complete 360-degree panorama stunned me. The majestic Hagir Mountains dominated the northern horizon, while the vast Indian Ocean sparkled to the south. The view's beauty was pristine, completely untouched by human development. The plateau's microclimate creates cooler temperatures than the coast, a welcome relief as we explored. Nearby, the dramatic Durhar Canyon cuts through the landscape with walls soaring 500 meters high. The Mahrah Desert revealed Socotra's most spectacular celestial show, one that only appears when the sun disappears and darkness completely envelops this remote corner of Yemen. "Tonight we camp in the desert," my guide declared after our descent from the plateau. The Mahrah Desert stretches across eastern Socotra, dominated by rippling sand dunes interrupted only by occasional hardy shrubs and twisted euphorbia plants that look like sentinels guarding the landscape. As twilight faded, absolute darkness enveloped us. No distant city glow, no passing headlights, just our small campfire flickering against the night. The desert air transformed, shifting from scorching heat to a penetrating chill as sand released the day's warmth. Then the stars appeared, transforming the sky into a dense canvas of light. The Milky Way's cosmic dust lanes emerged clearly visible to the naked eye, while the Magellanic Clouds revealed themselves, a testament to Socotra's pristine isolation from the modern world. It was Hadiboh's market that revealed the island's human heartbeat. After a week of natural marvels, I was eager to witness everyday life in this isolated community of 8,000 residents. Walking through the narrow, dusty streets lined with weathered concrete buildings, I entered a world that exists purely for locals. Fish vendors displayed their morning catch on simple wooden tables, the seafood still glistening with ocean moisture. Farmers proudly arranged peculiar-looking vegetables I'd never seen before, grown in small plots tucked into mountain valleys. Women in colorful headscarves bargained firmly but warmly, using a mixture of Arabic and distinct local dialect. Elders gathered around tea stalls, their weathered faces testament to island life. What fascinated me most was how the market operated with almost no imported products. Nearly everything came directly from the island itself, a necessity born from isolation that has preserved traditional food systems that have vanished elsewhere. In these ordinary exchanges, I glimpsed Socotra's most extraordinary quality: authentic human connection untouched by globalization. As I prepare to leave this incredible island, I've come to appreciate that Socotra's remoteness is a deliberate protection mechanism. Those limited flights and necessary pre-arranged tours serve as natural gatekeepers, filtering out casual tourists while welcoming those who truly value this pristine environment. Like a fortress protected by a moat of logistics, only a small number of visitors make it each year, ensuring Socotra remains one of Earth's last truly unspoiled destinations. The journey's demands preserve its magic. Join our journey to uncover places where nature still writes its own story. Subscribe for more adventures to extraordinary destinations. Until then, safe travels.